Hi, this is Ranganath. In this video, I am going to show you how to download and install SchoolAdmin Community Edition, a free offline school management software, which you can use it for managing your school completely free. Okay. So if you want to install SchoolAdmin Community Edition, first you have to download it from its website. SchoolAdmin Community Edition can be downloaded from www.mschoolsoftware.com. Okay, so let's open the website mschoolsoftware.com. So once you open the website, you'll be taken to the SchoolAdmin Community Edition page. Here in the very first page, home page, you can click on download now. So you'll be asked to enter your school name, enter your mobile number, and enter your password. And then prove that you are human and click on download now. So once you click on download now, you will get a download link. Click here to download. Okay, I'm going to click here. So the download will start. You can see here in the bottom left hand corner, SchoolAdmin CE.zip file is being downloaded. So almost around 257 MB file. So it will take a couple of seconds. Once it downloads, you have to extract the file and start the installation. It's a very straightforward installation. Let's try it out. Okay, download has completed. Let's go to the download location. Basically, with the SchoolAdmin Community Edition, you should be able to manage your school's entire day-to-day activities such as admission, fees collection, report card generation, and transportation, library management. You can generate various student reports. You can see here in the features page on SchoolAdmin website. School information, student report, student import, attendance. You can generate various types of student report cards. You have staff module where you can manage staff details, their attendance, their payroll. You can have a cash master. This is basically a day book. You can manage expenses, income and expenses. You have various widgets such as visitor manager, contact manager. You have webcam wherein you can take photos of students, staff, and library books. It has barcode, and it has various graphs such as student graph, fees, payment and expense graphs, attendance graphs. Even you can configure SMS. These are library management module, and it has a documentation and video tutorials. Okay, so you can read more about SchoolAdmin Community Edition on mschoolsoftware.com, their official website. So let's go to the download location. You can see here in the downloads folder we have SchoolAdmin CE. Just right click on it. It's a zip file. I'll just extract it here. Okay, so it's extracted. I'll open the folder. I'm working on a remote desktop machine. It's a bit slow. Okay. installer. Okay, I'll double click on the installer. MarvelSoft SchoolAdmin CE. So basically we are installing SchoolAdmin Community Edition, which is free, completely free. So till it starts. So once we install the software, we are going to create a class. We are going to add few students, and then we are going to define the fee structure, and then we will collect the fees, issue the receipts, and we are going to check some of the reports such as fees statement, the students who have not paid the fees, and paid student list. All these things we are going to check. Okay, so once you start the installation, you are going to get this message. Click on yes. The installation should start. So we are at the welcome page of the SchoolAdmin Community Edition. Click on next. Accept the license agreement. Read the license agreement before you install. Click on I agree. You are okay with the terms and conditions. By default, SchoolAdmin Community Edition will be installed in your C drive. If you want to choose different location, you can change the location and click on next. So it will ask you to specify the backup location where day-to-day backups will be taken. I'll say work, and I'm going to create one backup folder, SchoolAdmin CE backup. Okay, so I'll select that location, and then I'm going to click on next. So in this screen you are going to see two options: load sample data. Basically, if you want to see how the reports you will be able to generate, what are the various module with data, you want to see how this SchoolAdmin Community Edition software looks and what kind of reports you will be able to generate from the software, you can load the sample data. If you are very clear, then you can start with a fresh installation. At any point you want to know about the features, you can go to the SchoolAdmin Community Edition website, click on the documentation. The same installation process is also available. After the table of contents, you can go to table of contents, you can get the detailed information about how you can configure SchoolAdmin Community Edition. Installing SchoolAdmin, basic hardware requirements, and then software requirements, and running SchoolAdmin setup. So basically, we are going to click on fresh installation and click on install. So once the software get installed, you should be directly taken to the login page where you will be asked to enter the username and password. The default browser is Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome. You can access SchoolAdmin Community Edition on Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome browser. The installation is going through. Software will install all the components which is necessary to run SchoolAdmin Community Edition. In the website, so we have two sections: administrator guide and user guide. The installation continues, so we'll go through the documentation. The very first thing is we have to configure the master configuration, which is explained in the administration guide section, wherein if you go to administration section, you can, first thing is you have to define the school settings. So in the school settings, we are going to provide the basic details of the school, and we will update the school information. Once that is done, so we can start providing the other configuration details, which is basically we will be working with the master settings. Okay, installation is going on. We are almost there. Wait till the installation completes. Once the installation is done, if everything goes fine, you will be directly taken to the login page of the SchoolAdmin Community Edition. You can also check the live demo site. Then go to demo login. Meantime, the installation is going on. You can check the reports, how SchoolAdmin Community Edition generates the reports. You can log in with any of the username and passwords. Even here, I will log in with admin2, admin, login. So let's check student reports. Say I want to see the student count report. For any of the reports to generate, you should basically have the data. If you have the data, the corresponding reports will be able to generate. You can see here in the sample data we have pre-KG to 10th standard, total number of boys and girls in each and every class and section, and you want to generate timetable report, select any class, section, click on preview. So we can generate timetable. If the timetable module is configured, it's basically manual, just for you to have the timetable in the software and also to give the pre-formatted timetable to the students. So installation is going on. Once the installation is complete, we can go and configure the basic settings of the SchoolAdmin Community Edition. So right now I am showing you the demo login, which is available on mschoolsoftware.com demo login. So we have logged in with the demo username and password, and we are checking the Community Edition software online. So you can check fee payment details, the payments which have been done so far. Select any class, section, and you can check the payments which have been done so far. And fee payment register, it will give you how much fees is collected so far. Say let's 5th standard A section. You can see that. Let's see whether the installation is over. Yeah, our installation has completed. Once the installation is complete, you can click on finish, and the software will try to open the installed software on the Mozilla Firefox browser. If ever the installation has gone through successfully, we should be able to see the login page. And software is also available in the login. You can see that SchoolAdmin service, run SchoolAdmin, Community Edition server, SchoolAdmin help. These links will be available in the start menu. And SchoolAdmin will automatically start when your computer starts. Okay, software has been successfully installed. You can see that it is trying to load from localhost :8080 SchoolAdmin. So even you can copy this. Now it is opening in Mozilla Firefox browser. If you want to open it in Google Chrome, you can go to Google Chrome, open one more tab, copy the URL http://8080/schooladmin, S capital and A capital. Click enter. So it will be directly taken to the login page. So the default username is admin, password is admin, and then click on login. Once you log in, you will be directly taken to the login page. Currently there is no data in the software. You can see that our dashboard is completely blank. There are no students, there are no upcoming birthdays, holidays, no student data, no fees data. Even if you go to the masters, all our masters are blank. If you see our demo site where we are from the demo login where we have logged in, here if you see we have all the data. Because it is a sample data, someone has already entered all the information, so we can get meaningful information from the SchoolAdmin Community Edition. Okay, so right now we have installed SchoolAdmin Community Edition by going to mschoolsoftware.com and clicking on download now button. We downloaded the software and we installed it on our system. Now we logged in by typing the URL localhost :8080/schooladmin, and we have logged in with the username and password. The default username and password is admin and admin. At any point you need to understand any particular module or feature, you can go to documentation page by going to our mschoolsoftware.com website and clicking on documentation. So there you can click on table of contents and you can read on any topic. Okay, so now we logged in, so we have to provide a username and password, and then we click on login. Once you log in, the very first thing we have to do is we have to define our school. For that we go to options menu at the top and then we click on settings. So you can see that there is no data that is provided here. License key is blank, so let's create our school. MarvelSoft Community School with the address 89 Main Road. This is where our office is located, Bangalore, Karnataka 560054, and our landline number is 080 49551234. My mobile number 9535041234. Email ID ranganath@marvelsoft.co.in. Okay, so let's update. If all the basic data is given properly, so you can see that it is successfully updated and the software has requested the license key. Since SchoolAdmin Community Edition is a free software, you will get automatically you will receive a license key and it will be updated in your software. You can see that we have successfully registered the SchoolAdmin Community Edition, and any other details if it is required for you, you can update it, and don't forget to upload your school logo. Click on school photo. If you have your school logo, you can select it and update it. Let me update the logo. Get the logos. Okay, I'll copy. I have taken the logo and I'll copy it to my download location, and then I'll go to the software, click on add in the settings. So we are currently in options, settings menu in Schoolmaster. I'll click on add and then go to my download location where I have downloaded the community edition, and I'll select the logo. The logo is important. All these logo and the address details are important because any reports that we generate from SchoolAdmin Community Editions will have this logo and the address details as the header of every report that we take. You can see that we did the basic configuration. Now once you configure this, you are all set to configure the masters, which is on the left hand side, masters menu. So first we go to options and in the settings we configure the schoolmaster, and even you can go to switch academic year. Here you can define your academic session. It says the default, it is saying 2016-17. currently we are in 2022-23, and the profile start date is academic session start date is April 1st to March 31st 2023, right? Okay, let's update. Okay, rules, it should be okay, so it should be 1 year academic session. Okay, 01/04/2022 to 31/03/2023. let's update again. Okay, if you have not given properly, you will get a proper error message. Update it. I'll log in once again. Now go to switch academic year. It is 2023, and I'll make it current academic session. So I selected as current year. I have made it active. This is very much important. Once you set this, you can see that on the top left hand corner, when you click on dashboard, your academic year has to be visible. So I log out, I'll log in again. You can see that we are set up. You can see our academic session is 2022-23. Okay, so we are all set. So basically we have to go to settings once we install the SchoolAdmin Community Edition, and then we have to provide our school name, school address, telephone number, mobile number and email address. After that we have to change the default academic session. We have to rename our academic session to the ongoing academic session, which is 2022-23, and we have to set the proper profile date, and we have to update, and we have to set the current year properly. So once we do that, we have to log out and log in again and make that academic session active. If you have done it successfully, then you can see that on the left hand side current academic session is 22-23. So we are all set to go. So primarily after we do the basic configuration, we have to add the students. To start adding the students, first we need to create a class, we have to create a section, and then we should be able to add the students. Let's say we are going to add first standard, and we are going to create a section called A section, and then we are going to add 2 students. Let's see how we can do it in SchoolAdmin Community Edition. So we have defined the school master, we have defined the academic session. Our current academic session is 2022-2023. Now we go to the masters menu on the left hand side, we go to class master, and then we will click on add. So now we want to define first standard. We'll say Roman first STD, weight as 1. This is the very first class. The lowest class will have the lowest weight, and highest class will have the highest weight in a sequential order. So we'll say we have 100 students, and it's a primary. We want we'll take attendance only one time in a day, and it's primary, and we click on add. Okay, so we have successfully created a class. Will not be able to add the student set. We have to create a section, at least minimum one section. Section is nothing but a classroom where the class physically happens. If you have more than one classroom for the same grade or a class, then you have to define them here. So I'll say A. You can say dicey, anything. Okay, so section is also defined. We have a class, we have a section, and then we have to add one subject at least. If you are configuring for the report card generation, then you need to add all the subjects. I'll say English, which is a language, and then English. First you select the language, then you enter the subject name, and then short name is short code, and order. Say if you want it to, how the subject has to appear in the generated report card. It has to come first, you give the sorted as first, and then click on add. Okay, so we have added on subject. Now we have to define we have to create a classroom, so that we do it in class subjects. Basically it means that first standard has only one section, and we associate one subject for that particular class and section. So we add the subject, and then we select class and section, and then we finally click on add. Okay, so if you have done successfully, so we can see that we have a standard, and there is a classroom A, and we have assigned one subject. So if we are made it this far, we are ready to start adding the students. So we define class, we define the section, and we define the subject. Subjects will be all the subjects that will be taken in each and every class of the school, and we group the subjects according to class in the class subjects. At least we should have one subject so that we can start adding the students. Once we do that, we go to student information and we click on students menu, and you can see here there is a standard one and there is a section A. Since we don't have any students, you can see that no data is found. Now let's say we will add one student. Say add Varghese Thomas is a first standard student. Classroom is A section. He happens to join for the first standard. Student number 1, date of birth. Since it's a demo data, I am giving some random dates. When you are doing it actually for your school, you have to give the data which is available there in your admission register. And the address, let's say number 89, state, pin code, Karnataka, pin code, and you can admission number, let's say admission number 20, 22, 23, admission is 10, 109. Then click on add. If you have provided the basic details, it will add. Still we have not given some of the other information. We need to provide city and the gender. So gender is boy, state, city is also a mandatory, so we'll say Bangalore, and we click on add. Okay, so we have added one student successfully. And now if we search again, I'll select first standard, I'll just click on find. You can see that the data that we added is appearing here. Okay, so you want to add one more student, you can click on add student again, give the name as Ramesh Yadav, A section, first standard, student number 2, gender boy, date of birth. Since it's a demo, we give some random date, otherwise you would be giving according to your admission register. And then anything, and then city and joining class, admission number 2022 23110. So finally click on add. Okay, so we have added 2 students. Now again, if we find, you can see that we have added 2 students in the 22-23 academic session. So what we did is we logged in into the software after successfully installing it, and then we went to the URL localhost :8080 SchoolAdmin. Then we went to settings and we defined the basic school details by providing our school name, address, contact details and the logo, and we updated it, and we got the license key to use the software. And then we went to masters, since as part of this session we wanted to create a class called as first standard, and we wanted to assign a section, and then we wanted to add 2 students. So after defining the school, we went to masters menu on the left hand side, we went to class and we added one class called as standard 1 first standard, we have given the basic data and then we updated, and then we created a classroom called A section, and then we created section English, subject as English, and then we assigned that English subject to first standard A section. So this is how we created the classroom. Once we create the classroom, then we should be able to add the students. We went to student information, students menu, and then we clicked on add, and we provided the basic details which is required to add the student in the students mode. We added 2 students in first standard. We added 2 students, one is Varghese Thomas and the other one is Ramesh Yadav. So once we have this information, so we are good to go. So like this, we should be define any number of classes and sections, and then we should be able to add the students in their respective class and sections. With this, will you be able to generate any data? Of course, yeah. So you can go to student reports, you can go to student count. Let's see how many students are there. So you go to student count and click on preview. You can see that we have in first standard, in A section, we have 2 boys, total strength is 2. And if you go to dashboard, there also this information should be available. Okay, so we just add it. Let's log out and see. It's not appearing now. Let's see, log out and see whether we get that information. Okay, so you can see that we get a graph where we can see that there are 2 students, and on the left hand side you can see that student count as first standard, there are 2 boys and total is 2. Okay, so this is how you add the students. Now let's move on. Now we want to collect the fees. We want to define 2 fees. Admission fees. For the existing students we want to collect 10,000, and for the new admissions we want to collect 15,000, and we should be able to generate reports for that. Okay, so let's go to masters. To define the fees, we want to define a fees called as admission fees, and we should be able to issue a receipt for the same, right? So we want to define admission fees for existing student as 10,000 and for new admissions as 15,000. Let's do that. So once we log in, go to masters, go to fees menu and click on add. Create a fees called as admission fees. So usually all master data, type it in capital, follow some naming convention, so that way everybody follows the same convention and the formatting looks better and easy to follow. Admission fees we have defined. It is a fee name which appears in the receipt. So far we have not defined the amount and how we are going to collect the fees. After defining the fees, you go to fee group. We want to say that we want to collect 15,000 and 10,000 admission fees, and we are going to existing students, we call it as readmission. Okay, caps readmission, alias as it is admission fees. So finally we want to show it as admission fees, not as readmission. Readmission is for internal purpose, for everybody it is admission fees. We do not want to show the difference. Alright, so admission fees, it is annual, we collect it one time. Parent might choose to pay part payment or they might pay full payment. We'll say it's annual, and we want to collect 15,000 admission fees for the students who are joining in that academic session. Okay, so we call it as new admission fee. So it is actually admission fees, and it is annual. Okay, so we said how we want to collect. we want to collect new admission and readmission fees. The actual fees name is admission fees. We define fees and fees group. Fees defines what is the fees we are collecting, and fee group defines how we are going to collect it. We collect it annually, and we are allowing the parents to pay partially as well. Now after we do that, there is one more thing. Since we want to differentiate fees that we are going to collect for the new admission and readmission students, we have to use the concept called as fee slabs. Okay, so for new admission the fee should be different, and for readmission the students, the fees should be different. Config key is a serial number, it should not overlap, and it should be unique. So it is basically defines what type of fees the student is going to pay. Okay, for a same fees, for a certain group you want to collect a totally different amount, and for other group you want to collect a totally different amount. Or for certain group you want to have few fees, and for certain groups you don't want to have certain fees. All such configuration you should be able to do by using the concept fee slabs. Okay, we define the two slabs. So slabs are generally assigned to the fee groups and to the students. Okay, for new admissions, for all the students for whom new admission slabs is set, it will show the fee group, all the fees under the group new admission. And readmission, we set the slab called as readmission fees. For the students, if readmission slab is set, it will show all the fees which come under readmission fees. We will update it. Now let's go to the students information menu and go to the students, and then let's go to first standard. In the same class, if you want to assign have the same fees, different amount for different students, we achieve that through slab concept. Say Ramesh Yadav is a student who is studying in the same school from say pre-nursery, so we call him as a readmission student. He is continuing in our school from the previous year, so we assign the slab called as readmission fees. It means that we collect little less, since that student is our part of our school from more than a year now. Okay, and Varghese Thomas joined this academic session directly to the first standard, so fees will be comparatively high since he is joining now. There are other expenses in which will be incurred for the school, say, so we are going to assign a new admission slab. Okay, once we do that, we are all set to ready. Still the amounts are not defined. What we have done so far is we defined the fees in the masters called as admission fees, and then we defined the group called as new admission and readmission, and we said they are annual fees. They are collected once in a year and it can be paid in installments. And we created the slabs called as new admission, readmission, which is basically within a given class, if certain number of students are paid a different amount than the others, then we are going to use the fee slab concept. Once this much is configured, now we have to assign the amount. Now if we go to fee amount, we have to select add, click on fees. We are going to collect the admission fees, and for new admission we said how much. For new admission fees for first standard we are going to collect 15,000. So Varghese Thomas should be paying 15,000 for the 22-23 academic session, and Ramesh Yadav is going to pay 10,000 since he is already studying in that school. For this academic session he is going to pay 10,000. Okay, so let's assign the amount. 15,000 is for new admission students for class first standard, and same admission fees for readmission students is 10,000. for first standard. Let's add. Okay, we have defined the fees for new admission and readmission. You can see that the amounts are displayed here. Readmission, it is 10,000. You can check this. See, the moment we add data, there are various reports you should be able to generate. If you go to fee reports, see, right now we just have one school and one fees, which is basically for new admission and readmission. As you add more and more classes and sections and define various types of fees, it becomes very difficult for you to check whether all the fees were defined correctly or not. So for that, you can go to fee structure report and you can get all the fees that are defined for the school. You can see that there is a new admission slab, admission fees of 15,000. For readmission, it is 10,000 for first standard students. If you have defined for all the classes, you can get all these details. Even these reports can be exported in Excel. Okay, so these are the benefits. You have data, you can generate the reports, meaningful reports which you can share with the management people or the concerned department or the concerned people, so that they get whatever the information that they need. Okay, let's see that report. Okay, you can see that fee structure report for first standard, new admission is 15,000, readmission is 10,000. There is only annual fees which is defined, no monthly fees and no term fees. Alright, now let's collect the fees. So once you define the fees, you can go to fee payment. This is where everyday day-to-day activities happen. Fees is defined and fees is assigned to the student by assigning the slab. How we will know that a particular student has to pay what fees? You select first standard, A section. You know that Ramesh Yadav is a readmission student. So you can see that he has to pay 10,000. Okay, so now let's select the fee group. You can see here only readmission fees comes. He has to pay 10,000. I click on pay fees. You can see that readmission fees 10,000 and payment is made successfully. So we have to collect the amount and we have to issue the receipt. We click on print and a receipt will be generated. You can customize the report as per your requirement and you can issue the receipt to the parent. You can change any information that is displayed over here. You can see that readmission fees 10,000 and the student has paid the complete fees. When you next time you come to this particular screen, you can see that total amount is 10,000 and paid amount is 10,000, balance is 0. This student has paid all the fees that is defined so far. Now let's go to Varghese Thomas. He also happens to be in a first standard A section. He is a new joinee, so his fees is 15,000. He has not paid so far. So we are going to select new admission fees, and parents decided to pay 10,000 now and they are going to pay the remaining 10,000 later. So we enter 10,000 directly here in the amount paid section and we click on pay fees. So you can see that payment made successfully. If you print, you can check here the defined fees amount is 15,000 and amount paid is 10,000. They have paid by cash and balance amount is 5,000. So this student has paid 10,000. You can see on the right hand side, and balance is 5,000. So once you make the payment, there are various reports that is available to you. Now you can go to fee payment register in the admin master. You can select first standard A section and you can see what is the status. In first standard A section there are two students, Ramesh and Varghese, and Ramesh has made the full payment. He has no dues, and Varghese has made the payment of 10,000 and balance is 5,000. So these are the due report which you can take. And on that day's collection report, you go to fee collection report, click on find, you will get a fee collection statement. Even you can print this statement. And you go to particular student, even in the student data that information is available. You can edit a student and go to fee payments. It will show all the payments the student has done so far. Okay, so this is how you can add this to define the school master in the option settings menu, all the basic details of the school. Once that is done, you go to masters. You can define class, section and subject, and create a classroom by going to class subjects by assigning subject to a class and section. Once you do that, that is the basic configuration, so that you can start adding the students. You can see that we have added 2 students. After you add the students, you go to masters, and so as we discussed here, so we are going to add 2 students, then we define new admission fees and readmission fees. New admission fees is 15,000 and readmission is 10,000, and we assign to the students. We generated the fee receipt, fee statement, due report and cash register. And you can go to dashboard. Again, with the fee payments, you can see that even our dashboard information also gets updated when anybody logs in the next time. And just go enter my username and password, admin and admin, and you can see that we have collected the fees of December month, 10,000 and 10,000, 20,000 fees that we have collected. And we have cash master, wherein you can check, you can generate various reports here. Daybook, that day's particular fees collection as well. If there are any expenses, if you make expense, define expense headers, you should also be able to track expenses in the software. Okay, at any point in time, if you want to know about any particular module, go to the module and you click on help, so you will get that particular context related help. Okay, so students, I click on help. Okay, not sure my net is working or not. Okay, table of contents. Okay, yeah, so you should be able to see the documentation. Even you can go to our website mschoolsoftware.com. You can click on documentation and you can know about all the configurations and settings that you can do in SchoolAdmin Community Edition. If you have any further doubts, you can reach us anytime through email by writing email to support@marvelsoft.co.in. If you have any particular requirements and needs which you want to configure in SchoolAdmin Community Edition, so you can always reach out to us. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please do contact us. Thank you. Have a great day.